Under the control of Sam Presti, the Oklahoma City Thunder have dominated the NBA draft, finding gems left and right, especially over the last few years. This is true whether they actually pick them, traded for them, or signed them as undrafted free agents. Finding Lu Dort undrafted in 2019 was an absolute gem. There's an infamous graphic that circulated during the 2021 draft process, basically calling Josh Giddey's weakness basketball. But if they redid the draft, he'd go higher than he did at number 6, and people were calling that a reach at the time. Jaylin Williams at 12 last year was an absolute steal as well, and even finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. The other Jaylin Williams in the second round also looks like phenomenal value. And the lottery pick they traded for last season, Ousmane Dieng, has very high upside. Now this year, they traded up in the lottery again, this time opting for Kentucky guard Cason Wallace. He's a scrappy defender with a real nice mid-range game, and has been said that he wore number 22 at Kentucky due to his appreciation of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's game, who just so happens to be the franchise player for OKC. Now Wallace is the next of many draft steals for Sam Presti, and the Thunder have just done it again. Now let's take a deeper look into the 10th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft. Before we get into what makes Cason Wallace special, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Cason Wallace answered a lot of questions in the pre-draft process. That's why the Thunder traded up to select him with the number 10 pick. But when he arrived at the First National Center in downtown Oklahoma City for a press conference Saturday afternoon, where he'd be formally introduced alongside fellow draftee Keontae Johnson, there was one big unanswered question about him. How the heck does he say his first name? If you watched him play much last season at Kentucky, you heard it pronounced Cason, rhymes with Jason. But if you listen to Sam Presti's post-draft press conference Thursday night, it was pronounced Cason. So, the right pronunciation is Cason, Wallace said, revealing that the correct answer to the question was actually behind door number 3. But everybody that's been knowing me calls me Cason. Whichever one rolls off is fine with me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You mean to tell me that a basketball player who was a McDonald's All-American is one of the best high school players in the country, who was the starting point guard for the Blue Blood program at Kentucky as a freshman, who became a top 10 pick in the NBA draft, literally doesn't care if people mispronounce his first name? It sure seems that way. Either or, he said, of which he has a preference. Even though this whole thing may well be more confusing than the whole Jaylin Williams conundrum, it's also a window into the latest lottery pick in Oklahoma City. The Thunder got a guy who is so unconcerned about self that he's quite alright that Adam Silver announced him as Cason on draft night. Sort of underscores all we've been hearing from Thunder brass about Wallace since Oklahoma City drafted him. Unselfish, doesn't play for himself, plays to win. Presti reiterated those qualities Saturday. He plays no agenda basketball, and that's one of the things that really attracted us to him, the Thunder GM said. All players have stories, and I think his story is a great one because in today's world we're in, basketball, there's so many people saying, you've got to get more shots, you've got to do this, you've got to be more out in front, you've got to draw more attention to yourself. This guy got drafted in the top 10 by just being an incredible team player. Talk to those who know Wallace, and they'll tell you that he is a reflection of those who have influenced him throughout his life. That starts with his parents, Mike and Kim, but it also includes his older brother Keaton and his cousin Terrell Harris. Yes, the Terrell Harris who played at Oklahoma State from 2005 to 2009. He's the one who trained me to be here today, Wallace said. Harris worked with both of the Wallace brothers since they were young kids growing up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They would go to any gym that they could find and work for hours. Wallace said he learned lots of skills from Harris, learned lots from his brother too. But as much as anything, Wallace says the best lesson he took from both of them was how to approach the game. It's a do-anything-to-win mindset, he said. No matter where it was or what's going on, I'm gonna play my best ball. If they want something flashy, that's not me. Don't invite me. I'm just gonna be who I am and play my best ball no matter what. Presti remembers seeing that mentality in Wallace even when he was playing in all-star events like the McDonald's All-American game. "That's a sign of good coaching. It's a sign of good mentorship," Presti said. "It's a good sign of the people around him not pushing him towards things that might be totally individualistic in nature in terms of how to play the game." Hard to see how a guy could be individualistic if he doesn't even care how you pronounce his name. I'm sure it's a case of having people mispronounce his name repeatedly over the years, but still, rare is the person who just accepts that. Wallace is special, and he's just the latest Sam Presti gem. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.